This conference will now be recorded.
Hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. So yesterday we have done few tasks, and today we are supposed to do the last few things. Let me log in into master node first of all, and let us check the ping test. So I'll say Ansible all. The module I want to use is ping. So let's first confirm that all our clients are in a reachable concept. Yes, they are. Now, as we were doing our tasks yesterday as Ansible user, we have configured it. So let me switch myself to Ansible user. Now, don't forget to go into tasks folder because here we have our configuration file and you can just check it out. We are using the default config file in our location itself. Now from here also, if you want, you can do the ping test. You can say Ansible all module ping hyphen o. So it confirmed all machines are in reachable concept. Now, what I want is, let me log in into one of the machine to show you how we are progressing. So see on this machine, if I say DNF repo list, I don't have any repositories. If you go to etc yum.repos.t, and over here you can find I don't have any manual repository. See, if I'm planning to do installation on client side, so I must have a repository configured so that whenever I say install a package, it should go and install that package on the client side. So we need to configure a repository, but I want to do it on all machines from my master node. So you see, uh, I have these requirement. I wanted to give the name as base OS, description, whatever, base URL. I wanted to connect to FTP 10.5, and in 10.5 under pub RHEL8 base OS location. GPG key, if you want to keep enabled, that's your choice. If you don't want, you can disable it. And GPG key location. Now there is a typo here. GPG key equals to, I should start with file colon double slash. So I missed out to type file colon double slash here. That is a mistake from my side. Probably I'll try to correct it in my next version whenever it is updated. But here I should use file colon and enable equals to 1. So one I want to make it for base OS and the other one I want to make it for AppStream, right? Okay, now how to do this activity? See, to do this activity, I need to use a module called yum underscore repository. As our regular practice, I'll say Ansible doc yum underscore repository. So it says it allows you to add, remove yum repository in RPM-based Linux distributions, especially Red Hat or Amazon Linux or Oracle Linux. They uses yum repository concept. So if we simply go to the bottom of the file, we'll understand all the options that we have to use. So if you wanted to add a repository, we use a module yum repository, whatever name you like, description, whatever description you wanted to give. So right, these are the two simple things what we mention. Usually we give a repo ID and description. So these are the two things what it is asking us to type, right? And then if you have external repositories, then you can give HTTPS location or FTP location. To enable disable GPG key also, we have to give different options. So let's do it out. So from my master node, I'll be pushing this code or the command to create a yum repository on the client side. All right, so here we go. We'll start like this. I'll say, oops, 1 second. So I'll say Ansible, go to all clients, and the module I want to use is yum underscore repository hyphen a arguments. So first I wanted to call it with a name. The name I want to give is base OS. Description, spelling mistakes should not be done, right? So we need to check it. You can type anything you want. You can say DNF, base OS, repo, something, whatever you want to type. Then base URL. See, our URL is available on 10.5 machine. So I'll say connect with FTP colon double slash address is 192.168.10.5 slash pub slash RHEL8. Inside it, we have base OS with capital B and capital OS. All right. Then, would you like to keep GPG checking enabled? That's up to you. So you can say GPG check equals to 1. Then you can say GPG key. Where is GPG key? So I told you that in the upper description, I forgot to mention file colon, but here I'm trying to add it. So instead of doing it manually, let me just copy from here, right? Because it is a little big. So I just want to copy and paste it. All right, so GPG key location is that. Then would you like to keep it enabled? You have to say yes or no. So if you want, you can add one more metadata underscore expire equals to -1, right? So that if we got disconnected to our server, I don't have to again copy the whole RHEL8 directory and do all that stuff. That's the reason we can put metadata expire equals to -1. Finally, what is the file name you want to call? Now, we don't need to give .repo extension here. Whatever name you are giving, automatically it is going to add .repo extension. So what I'm going to do, I'll say the file name should be base OS. That's it, right? Or in capital letter, in small letter, whatever. And anyway, we have to do it with sudo power. So I'll say hyphen hyphen become. Let's see, will it work or does it have any issues to resolve? So it says it's done. Now let me just go to my other machine and you can see that there is a repository created base repo. Right? Just open it and check everything is correctly added. Yes, base URL, enable, GPG check, metadata, expire name, everything is added perfectly. Now in the same file, you can add one more repo location or you can create one more repo file for AppStream. Let's create separate, not to have any confusion. So let me come here. The name I'm going to call this time is app stream, right? Description DNF app stream repo. Base URL is again same, but just change that base OS directory name to app stream. So in app stream, A is capital. If you remember our software management class SS capital, right? And finally, we'll change only the file name. Here I'm going to call it app stream. So let me just check it out. Ansible on all machines. Yum repository name should be this. Description is this. Base URL is also correct. GPG check OK. GPG key file perfect. Enabled is OK. Metadata expire. Everything is OK. Let's hit enter. Okay, it's fine. Now let me go to one of the client again, and here you can see AppStream is available. Let's check it out. AppStream, fine, everything is correct. Now for your testing purpose, you can just say DNF provides um, ZSH. Let's see, will it be connecting to repository or will it be failing? Yes, because on the server side, we have already configured long back in day one itself. We have configured the server for Yum repository. So as a result of which it is reaching AppStream, which is reaching base OS also. Great. And yes, so it's confirmed that on all the clients, we are able to configure Yum repository. You can just check with a file name that go and check the file is available or not on all machine. Maybe you can say Ansible on all machine. I want to run an ad hoc command. Maybe I want to just check it out in etc yum.repos.d what is there, right? So when you run this command, automatically it will go to each machine and display the content of yum repository. So you see, it says that on all machine, these two repositories are available. That's great, fantastic. Now let's learn how to do some different interesting tasks on each machine. So first task, what we want to do is we want to create a playbook, right? And in this playbook, I wanted to do these tasks. Why this fellow is coming all the time? Okay, no problem. The task what I wanted to do is installing HTTPD services on web server nodes. Install MariaDB services on prod nodes and make sure that services are started and enabled. So you see it's a mix of two tasks in same playbook. Up till now, while we were doing with variables, we created one task to be executed at a time. So here I have to write two plays to be performed on two different set of machines, right? So let's do it. This is what we have to do. We have to create number of plays at a time, right? So what I'm going to do now, as normal user, please be in tasks folder where your configuration is there. And here I'm going to create a playbook. Let me make it a little smaller so that we can view and type without any mistakes. So I'll say services.yml, or you can call it with any name of your choice. Step number one, start with 3 dashes as usual, and you can give a dash and then start host, same line or next line, that is your choice. So I'm going with host. On which host? Web server. Our task is what? On web server, I have to install HTTPD services. On MariaDB, sorry, on prod servers, we have to install a database called MariaDB, and we have to make sure that MariaDB services and HTTP services are running. So let me just go to the next line. On which machine you wanted to perform this task, we have declared. Now become equals to true. See why I have to write this? Yesterday when we created a configuration, there we have disabled privilege escalation. So I don't want automatically playbook to convert a user into pseudo user and do that. So here explicitly I have to mention that become equals to true. And I have kept fact collection enable. I don't want to disable it. So let it continue with next thing. Now, what is the tasks you want to perform? See, I want to do installation. I want to install HTTPD service. Let me take a duplicate session. And first, let's go and look out Ansible doc. You can say DNF. See, DNF is specifically working on Red Hat 8, isn't it? Maybe I'm working with lower versions or Amazon Linux, which does not support DNF so far. So better to avoid DNF and go with Yum. If you are sure that all the clients are Red Hat 8, go with DNF, no problem. But as Yum works on 8 and lower version also, in fact, when you say Yum on Red Hat 8, it redirects to DNF only. So anyway, but you see the same results. Either you go with Yum or you go with DNF. Now, if I go below till example, here you will find install some operating system related software or non-OS software, whatever. To install the software, you have to say yum, name of the software, state equals to latest. So what it does is whichever is the latest version that it is going to install. Or if you wanted to install list of packages, maybe multiple packages are there, then you can say name equals to the Jinja to expression format. You have to say packages and set a variable packages. Inside variable, add the list of packages that you want to install. So both packages will be installed. To remove a package, name of the package absent. Similarly, if you want to just install whichever package is available, then you can say httpd and install it. If you want to uh, install a package from a repository testing, then you can say enable repo testing. So it will only go and install the package from that particular uh, repository. Same like that, you can do lots of installation, upgradation, or removal of packages. Many things can be done. So let's go and let's do our installation. So here we need to set a name for our task, which is installing HTTPD package or service or software, whatever. How you can install it? Through yum module. Now yum module requires which package name? So I'll say HTTPD. State, see you can say latest, so it will try to search the latest package, whatever is available, and install it, right? But in my case, I just wanted to install any version, so I'm telling present. So this is my first task. Now, second task inside it is I want to start the service after installation. So I'll set name, I'll say starting and enabling HTTPD service. Now, again, in this scenario, you can go with uh, two commands. Either you can go with service module or you can go with systemctl module. So both are fine, whichever you want, you can go for it. For example, I'll say Ansible doc systemctl. I guess systemctl is not yet added. Okay, control services on service or remote. So if I go below and see example, okay, so here it says make sure a service is running. So you have to give systemd, which service state is started, stop, restart, reloaded, that thing, name of the service. Now suppose you want to enable the service also. That means not only now the service should be running, but after reboot of the system also the service should be enabled. So what you need to do, you need to say name of the service httpd enabled equals to yes. So enabled equals to yes. What it does, it makes sure that the service is enabled even after reboot. So same thing, you can do it with systemd module or you can do it with service module, right? Same thing. There is no difference you can find. Systemd or systemctl is Red Hat 8 exclusive things as we have learned, right? And service is very common to all the Linux machines. So let us go with service module. Okay, so let me give the service module, right? Then we need to mention what is the name of the service you are planning to enable. So I'll say the name of the service is HTTPD and state equals to started. That means start the service. And finally, I'll say enabled equals to yes, or you can say true. So in this play, you see in the first part, I am installing the package HTTPD. And in the second part, it is going to start and enable the service. So all depends on first part. If your first part is successful, then the second part it will continue to go. If not, then that particular play might fail and it might jump to second play. Okay, so what is the second play? What I can add up over here? So I'll again start with a dash and I'll give a space and I'll say hosts. Now this time on which host? So it's trying to manage this thing. So let me keep that at a bay and prod, right? So on prod machine, what you're planning to do? On prod machine, I have to install MariaDB. Okay, so here I'll say become equals to true or yes, anything is fine. Then what are the tasks that you want to perform? The task I want to perform over here, let me start with name. I'll say installing MariaDB service. Okay, then what is the module you're going to use? Same yum followed by what is the name of the package that you want to install. So here, whenever you are installing MariaDB, there are two important packages that you have to install: MariaDB-server and MariaDB-common. Okay, that doesn't matter anyway. Thanks for letting me know. Actually, that is description. It is only going to print a message, but yes, there was a spelling mistake. Next thing is I wanted to install. Now I have a list of package to install. So what I'll do, I'll just give up some space and I'm going to add the name concept, the name of the packages that I want to install. See, I have more than one package to install. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give both packages name. One is MariaDB server and the second one list variable I'm using here MariaDB common. So this is my first set of tasks what I want to perform inside it. Now I have one more task to be performed. What is that? Installing the service. So what we can do is we can just copy these lines from here and paste it below, right? Fine. Indentation I just wanted to maintain properly. All right. So starting and enabling MariaDB service. Okay, I just forgot over here to add one more option. One second. state equals to present. That means I want to install that package. Next thing, we wanted to start and enable MariaDB service. So I need to say service. The name of the service is MariaDB. Any spelling mistake? No. Started yes, enable yes. Now, if you want, you can end this playbook by 3 dots, or even if you don't do it, that's perfectly all right. Right? So let's have a review on what we have done. So we told in first part that take the host web server with privilege escalation, perform this task, installing HTTPD software and enabling the service. Then next in second part, I told on production host, I need to take privilege escalation and perform the task, install MariaDB. The name of the package here is MariaDB common and MariaDB server. State equals to present, that means install, and name starting and enabling MariaDB services by using service name and all. Let's do a syntax step before we can go for it. So I'll say Ansible playbook services.yml syntax check. So if there are any errors here, it might report us. So far, so good. Now, before going for this, let's check it out. Ansible on web servers list hosts. I want to see what are the machines that are participating inside it. So mhost 3 and mhost 4. Let me just connect to one machine to see execution is properly going on or not. So web server is a part, web server has two machines, mhost 3 and mhost 4. So I'm logging into mhost 3, which is a part of web server. So let me change the colors. So let's say that black color machine is web server. And if I go and list out the same thing for prod, it says that mhost 1 and mhost 2. So mhost 2 I have already kept logged in. This is mhost 2 as you can see, right? So on mhost 2, on the prod machine, it is going to install MariaDB. If you say rpm-q MariaDB, there is no MariaDB available. And on our black machines, if you say rpm-q httpd, there is no httpd installed, right? Basically, if you continuously want to monitor the changes, you can do one thing. You can say tail-f var log messages, where f stands for frequently. That means continuously it would be monitoring what is going on through that log files. So let me keep here also tail -f var log messages. It might print ongoing activity. Okay, so let us run the playbook now. And let's keep our black and white machine side by side to see what's going on. So first of all, it is installing HTTPD server. Here you can see Ansible is trying to do some installation task, it says. Okay, so you see our first task, installing the package was successful. Then it has started Apache services. That is also perfect. Same way, we could have added one more concept like adding some port number in firewall. We saw an example, guys, in the previous class that how you can add a port into firewall. So you could have gone with adding that thing into firewall. Third task you might have add after installing package and starting the services, you might have also added list in firewall, right? So as soon as you add it into the firewall, it will also be successful. So you see now it's going to our web servers. sorry, production servers. On production servers, it has installed MariaDB and started the service. Let's confirm. Now, if I go to rpm-q MariaDB, it's installed. If I check systemctl status MariaDB, you'll find that services are enabled. Same way over here, if I check it out, rpm-q httpd package is installed, and you can say systemctl status httpd. So you see the services are also enabled, right? So this is the way you can install a package and start the services. Many things you can add. Maybe you can say create a file in etc init.d, or sorry, not init.d, var triple w html, and inside it keep index.html. Many such thing. Whatever you want, you can put, or in fact, you can write a script and execute a script on that machine. Anyway, now our second task. See, these are the type of tasks what it might be questioning you in your examination if you're writing an RHCE. Various tasks will be given like that. So here it says create a playbook user.yml or any name. Create a user on all manage host with below information. See, whatever names and all they are asking, we have to use the same name because the third task may be associated with second task then. So third task is create a username with the name called Mark and set Red Hat as a password or whatever password they are asking. But here explicitly they are mentioning that we must encrypt the password with SHA-512. See, in the previous class, we have already learned how you can pass the password and go for it, right? So what we'll do, so it says on all host we have to do. If all host we have to do, then we have to go become equals to true because we have to perform the task with Ansible sudo privileges. Gather facts. See, I don't have to collect any fact because I'm simply going and creating a user here. I don't have to check which version I'm working with, or maybe the software is already installed or not. So I don't need any facts. Tasks, the name, whatever you want to create with user module. We have already seen this module, so let's go quickly and perform this task. All right, so let's create vim user.yml. We'll start with three dashes, a dash, and the name hosts. On all hosts, become true or yes, gather underscore facts, no or false, the task you want to perform. Name of the task creating user on all hosts. User module is what we have to use. Name of the user Mark and the password. See, password we have to give it in encrypted format. So we have to use Jinja 2 expression and other concepts inside it. So we'll use open semi parenthesis, close parenthesis twice and start with a space. Type whatever password you want. Then give a space, pipe symbol, again a space, password underscore hash to convert it into encryption. And what is the encryption they are asking? SHA 512. So if they are asking 256, give 256. If they are asking 512, then we have to give 512 encryption. Whatever they have been asking, according to that, we have to mention. All right. Then what you want, state present. I want it to be created. Absent, it would be deleted. That's it. Then you can end it with three dots or leave it, doesn't matter. Before we go, we'll say Ansible playbook user.yml syntax check. All right, now let's go for it and execute it. There are no user with that name created on any machine. If you just want to have a check, go to one of that machine and say ID Mark. There is no user with the name called mark. Done. Now, if you just go back and check it out, there was no such user mark. Mark is created. And if you say password hyphen capital S mark, you see password has also been set. If you want, you can just try login. You can say SSH mhost2 and I want to log in with a user mark. Am I able to work with that user? Yes. As I know the password, I type the password. Now, next task, create a playbook named file.yml. And to create this file, we have to put it under root with the name called mark file, right? So I need to create a playbook with the name file.yml. And in this, the task what I have given is in slash root, I have to create a file called mark underscore file on all manage nodes. Now, what are the other things? User and group ownership should be given to mark. Configure full permission for user, read write permission and group level, and no permission should be given for others on this file. And also it is telling set GID. So guys, before this, we have to do some uh, ground practice. See, it is telling that in root, I have to create a file. See, when I create a file in root XYZ, for example, you check automatically in root whatever file you create, it takes ownership as a root and group ownership again as a root. So here the requirement changing, it says that the group ownership and user ownership should be given to mark, not to root. First thing. Second, it says configure full permission to user. That means the owner should have read write execute. Group owner should have just read write permission and there should not be any permission on others. Okay, all right. And also it is asking us to set GID. How to set GID? You have to say chmod g plus s, or you can say whatever permission. See, full permissions 7, only read and write 4 plus 2 6, no permission for the other 0. And if you also want set GID, then you can say 2 at the beginning. 4 normal permissions will set UID. 2 normal permissions will set GID. 1 normal permission will set what? Stick event, right? So either you can use numeric format or you can use symbolic format. That is up to you. So in this scenario, I'm using 2760. It's simple, right? And I have to create a file with no content. So I just need to create touch. If you want to add a content also, then add another task. What would be the task? Copy task. You remember we added MOTD some data. So from copy, you can add any content to that file. First create a file and then add a content to it. So first task will be creating, second task would be adding something. Okay, so for this you can just check out doc, Ansible doc. So what we can do is you can say Ansible doc file module. So anytime checking the file module would be a great idea. If you go little below in examples, here you find everything. So guys, even if you're writing an examination and while writing, if you're getting confused, the best thing is to go to examples. Find out the things what it is mentioning, copy paste the things and you're done, right? So over here, you can say, just follow these things. Who should be the owner? Who should be the group owner? What should be the mode, right? And creating symbolic link, hard link, many options are there. Creating an empty file with touch, or then you can go with copy and add some data. Whatever you wanted to do, you can do it out. Okay, now Let me just go back to our task and let's go with Ansible user. So we have to perform this task with Ansible user. So I'm already Ansible user in the same location. We'll say file.yml. We'll give 3 dashes at the beginning to represent this is YAML file. Give a dash in the same line or next line. I'll say hosts. I want to create this particular file on all hosts. So does it says it has to be created on all? Yes, on all. There is no specific host, so we have to give all. Become true because I want it to be available on sudo permission. Then gather underscore facts. So I don't want to waste the time in collecting facts. Tasks. What is the task? Name, creating a file, and setting up permission with. Now file module is what we have to use. File module require path where you want to create in slash root with a name mark file. See, as a normal user, you are going to root and creating the file. That's the reason become directive is very important. If you don't give become directive as a normal user, you cannot go to root and do this. So here we are doing this activity with sudo privilege. That's the reason as a normal user, I'm able to create the file in root. Who should be owner of the file? See, owner of the file is Mark. I also want to set up group ownership. So I'll say group owner is again Mark. And the mode is nothing but permission. See here, if you want, you can give like that also. Within single quotes, you can say u equals to read write execute, comma group equals to read write, comma others equals to 0, like that. Or the most simplest thing, guys, go with numeric if you know easily 2760 within single quote. I'm sorry. Right. Then state equals to touch. What are the other state? Present, absent. So if you say absent, that file will be deleted. So anyway, I want to create an empty file. So I'm just going to create it, right? Like that. Now you can end with 3 dots or leave it as it is. Let's come back and let's do the testing of our file. So we'll say Ansible playbook file.yml syntax check. Done. Now let us go for it and hit enter. Before that, guys, for your reference, I'm already in root and there is no file here with the name mark. Let's execute the playbook. So play is getting executed. Done. Now you check ls. You will find that mark file is available. Check the permission of mark file. You will find read write execute and set UID. No permission for others. Owner is mark and group owner is also mark. Okay. All right. Now let's go for another task. So if you wanted to add some data into a text file, then what to do? Guys, I've already shown you this with copy command, that how to copy the content. You see Ansible all. So I leave this up to you. Please go ahead and practice this. I have already shown you in MOTD class. Let's move ahead and see an important task. The fifth task, what we wanted to do is taking backup of your important data. See, what I wanted to do is I wanted to take the backup and keep it at some other place. I'll show you one scenario, guys, where this might be a really interesting task. Suppose, guys, I have a main server, right? This is your Ansible control node or control station, whatever you call it. And we have other clients, mhost 1, mhost 2, mhost 3, and mhost 4. Now, all machines you wanted to take the backup and keep it. So every machine, whatever we are seeing here, required us to take backup. So from control node, I'll fire a command and all machines will collect the backup, isn't it? So this is the task that might be asked in your examination, do this thing and you have to perform it like that. Maybe in your environment, the setup, what they have done is they have an NFS server. See, this can be very much possible thing. So on NFS server, you remember what we do? We create one partition or one logical volume and we will export it so that it can be reachable by all the clients centralizedly, isn't it? So my requirement is I should collect the backup of each machine in NFS share. So already we have mapped NFS share. So through Ansible master node, I will pass the requirement that take the backup and put it into so and so mount point. So that mount point will be NFS mount point. So from all machines, I'm going to collect the data, I'm going to take the backup and put it into these directories. So what this directory will do? This directory will automatically upload the data into NFS server. That might be your backup server. So through Ansible, from one place you can carry a thing and make it, put it into NFS server. So like that, every day, 2 day, 3 day, whenever you like, you can collect the backup and keep it continuously on different machine. So anyway, that is possibility, that can be a requirement. But in this scenario, it says that we have to create a playbook with the name archive.yml, and in this we want to copy the backup of etc directory, the whole etc directory. I wanted to take the backup and I wanted to create that file with the name etc.tar, right, inside slash root directory. Now this is not enough. Where we have to do, understand the task. It says playbook should be executed only on web server nodes. So mhost 3 and mhost 4 maybe is a part of web server node on that. Not only I want to collect and zip it, but I want to zip it with bzip2. Now this can be any zipping format they might ask you. We have gzip, we have bzip. So between these two, any zipping format they might ask you to go for. So before I can go for this, which module I have to look for? See, I need to look for archive module. So let's read in archive module what to be done. Ansible doc, show me about archive module. Instead of reading the full, I prefer simply go to the bottom and see example for better understanding. So here are the examples starting. If you simply wanted to archive it or tar it, you just need to say archive, path, destination. So that is nothing but source and destination where you want to put it. If you also wanted to just do zip, normal zip, then you can mention path, the file. So it will first collect the backup and thereafter it is going to zip it, right? If you want to do bzip, right? Then what we have to do, you need to say path, right? Which file? Maybe you have multiple files to do that. So you can go with dictionary variable with list. So you can say path and inside it you have to mention two files, whichever you want to take the backup. So both files it is going to archive, and both files will be kept in a name called tar. So two files backup will be collected, and the format I need to mention bz2. If it is gzip, you have to say gz, that's it. bz2, you have to say bz2. If the format is gzip, then you have to mention gz, that's it, right? So this is how you can collect the backup from different nodes, and you can keep destination where to keep it. If destination is a directory which is nfs mount, then automatically the backup will be thrown to your nfs server. Okay, so let's do this on web servers. So we'll go with Ansible web servers list hosts. So you'll find up over here mm, web servers. That's the mistake. So mhost 3, mhost 4, on both machines this task will be performed. Let's go with vim archive.yml. We'll start with three dashes, dash, and hosts, or next line you can start, that's also fine. On web servers, become, yes, see, every time if you don't want it to give become yes or no, true or false, just go to Ansible configuration and enable privilege escalation. So automatically it will perform the task using sudo. But anyway, as your examination point of view, this might be the requirement, so I'm showing you according to that. Gather underscore facts, yes or no, or true or false. Tasks, I wanted to take backup, right? So we can say archive etc directory and bzip it. Then what's the module we'll use? Archive module. Oh, 1 second. Sorry, I'll say archive, then path etc destination. Where to put it? I'll say I want to put it in slash root with the name hc.tar.bz2 because I want valid extensions to be there. Then format. I want to take the backup. If it is zip, just type zip. If it is gzip, you have to type gz. If it is bzip, you have to say bz2. You can edit with three dots or leave it like that. Now I'll say Ansible playbook archive.yml syntax check. Great. Now let's go to mhost 3 over here. In root, you don't find any gzip file anymore. Let me go for it and let me run the playbook now. So playbook is being executed. Let's wait for it to complete the task. Done. Now if you do ls, you'll find that the backup is collected over here at c.tar.bz. You can just check the size and you see it has collected the backup and kept it with a size 5.3 MB. You can also look what is inside it, tar-tvf at c dot something. So it would show you what is present inside it. All right, fine. Now there are many such tasks, guys, I have mentioned for you. I want you to try this on your own. Like over here, I wanted to make the changes in firewall, right? I want you to add a service in firewall, add handler. This also we have seen, right? In one of the example. So you can type notify handler, type the firewall name as a service, it will get reloaded. So last thing what I wanted to show you is setting up a cron job. Now, don't worry about what is rsyslog service and other thing. Whatever they are asking us to do, we have to just perform that task. Even though if you don't know the full location, right? We just need to give the command line. What is the command line? Systemctl restart rsyslog. That's it. So it can be anything. In this example, I took rsyslog because I saw that this question was there in exam. So it might be anything what they are giving you the service. What is the requirement? The requirement is to schedule a task on production machine, right? So there are two tasks what they are asking us to do. They are telling restart rsyslog service at 23 hours and 6 hours. That is flat 23 p.m. and 6 a.m. on prod nodes every day, and restart RC cloud service at 2 a.m. on web servers node every Monday. So here we have a task for daily basis, and here we have a task weekly basis every specific day. So you already know how to schedule a task using cron job, right? So here I have to go with a module again, cron. So what I'm going to do now, Ansible doc, the best thing to move forward. So we'll say Ansible doc cron as a module. See, read this particular thing and you'll get too much information, right? Like you can mention the day. So it says day can be mentioned 1 to 31 star every 2 days. I have explained this concept very well, right? Then you can go for hours format, right? Or you can add a line before existing something, after something, or removing something, state absent, present, name, right? Many things you can do. Simply go to the bottom, and here you can understand all the tasks. Name what you want to do, check the directory, when, minute, 0 minute, how many hour, 5 hour, 2 hour, right? Like that. What is the job to be done? The command that you want to perform. Now in place of the command you might have run the script also, right? So here you have to understand these concepts whatever they are asking us to do. So even while attempting the exam, it's like you are having a help available. Whatever task they are asking, just refer to doc, get your information and do it, right? See, here it is telling you which day you want to perform, minute, hour, as which user, what's the job you want to perform, anything, right? That's how it is going to work out. So let's create this task. It has two tasks, so one after the other we will go. First task has to be performed on production machine. So let me create cron.yml. Over here, start with three dashes, give a dash, and we'll start with hosts. First host is production machine, become equals to true or yes, obviously, because here the task we have to perform as a root user, because these are restarting services. Services cannot be restarted as a normal user. You have to have a power of root. Okay. Then gather underscore facts we don't want, so we'll say no. Tasks we want to perform. What is the first task? So I'll say the name of the task, scheduling restart of our syslog on prod nodes. We have to schedule it using cron job service. Name. Now this is optional, guys. If you don't type the name also, it's fine. What it does is in cron tab, it will add a comment that so and so task is going to be performed. Maybe for a reader, you want to leave some information that what task is going to be done. So here, if you don't type that name also, it's fine. So maybe I'll say name, scheduling, cron job on prod notes, right? Then what time you want to perform. See, there are two times I have to do this activity. First, it is asking us to perform it on 23 hours, right? Next, at 6 a.m. If you give 6 and 23, then what happens is first in the morning 6 a.m. it will be performed, and then at night 11 a.m. 11 p.m. it would be performed. This way, that way, however you want. But in the task, you see, it is mentioned first to give 23 hours, then 6 hours. So we'll follow the same pattern. Okay. Then next thing, minute. So there is no 30 minutes, 20 minutes kind of thing. So we'll go with 0. Now this task is every day. So I don't have to type any day. So that means every other field will be star, 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 star. Remember just the cron job format. So I just need to give hour and minute. Don't give anything because every day we have to perform this task. Now, what is the task we want to perform? See, normally, whenever you want to run a command, you usually give full path, usr bin systemctl. Or guys, you can just type systemctl restart r sys log. That's it. So our first task is successfully completed. Now I have to go with one more task. Now it is also the same task. The thing what I'll do is I'll copy paste it. Instead of worrying about the indentations and all that thing, I have just copied and pasted it. And let's make necessary corrections. So we'll come to hosts here and we'll say on web servers. Rest of the thing is same. Task scheduling of restart of RSys log on web servers. Name is cron. Scheduling job on web servers. Okay, what is the time? Now it is weekly, it's not every day, so we need to set date, time and hours. So what is the time it is asking? 2 hours. No PM has to be mentioned, and it has to be on weekday. Which, if it is Monday, I have to give 1. If it is Tuesday, I have to give 2. If it is Wednesday, I have to give 3. If it's Thursday, I have to give 4. Like that, whatever. What is the command I have to perform? Same command, restart rsys log. That's it. Let us save and quit. So I'll go now and I'll say Ansible playbook cron.yml syntax check. It says everything is okay. Now I'll go to both machines. One is a part of production machine and the other one is a part of web server. We have kept it open. White is your production machine, right? If I check cron tab -l, no tasks. And this black fellow might be your HTTPD, right? So this is your web servers. Here I'll say cron tab -l, no task is scheduled. Let's repeat without syntax checking option. So on production node, it is successful. Web server also, it is telling successful. First of all, I'll go to production node and check it out. See, at the top, it has just added one comment. If you don't give that name also, no comment will be added, no problem. And this task is scheduled, right? Same thing over here, if you just check it out, you'll get this task performed. So this is the way, guys, how we have to use Ansible to do various tasks. If you go through your manual, guys, you will find little more tasks available. And as I told you, I'll be sharing you one more book that might give you more insight that what kind of questions can be arised in your examination, working environment, and how you can answer. Up till now, you might have understood, guys, the root is module. You should know which module to use, how to use it, and how to write a playbook. If you know these things, then you can schedule any XYZ task that is given to you, right? So format is available in Ansible doc. Read it, get the format, put it into Ansible playbook, and fire it. That's it. So this is it, guys, for our curriculum. As what I have discussed, whatever the things in your course content I have discussed, I have given that. So I hope this course was beneficial for you people. And if you have any questions, queries, and doubts, please keep in touch. Ask me right away or later also. If required, we can resolve any issues, whatever you might be facing. And thank you so very much, guys, for joining this session. If you have any of your friends who are interested to take this class, tomorrow I'm starting a new batch. There is a demo. You can refer your friends same time. So that's it. Thank you very much, guys. Yeah, thank you, Ola. Thank you very much. My pleasure, everyone. My pleasure. And very good luck for all of one, Shabir and all. And please keep in touch. Anytime you need any more help, you have stuck anywhere, kindly let me know so that I can be of help to you. Because initially, maybe even while you are working, you might not be able to get everything. You might need some help. Let me know. I'll try to give you help. Okay. Thank you so very much, guys. Good luck to everyone. And God bless everyone. Thank you very much, guys. So this is end of our session. Goodbye.